Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talk. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Wednesday. It's hump day, middle of the week. We're almost through it, and then we get another weekend coming up. I got a great video planned out for you guys today. It's based off of a comment that I had received yesterday asking me exactly what backwardation is, and could I explain it, talk about it a little bit. Is it something to panic over? Is it something to worry over? Does it guarantee the price of silver is going to go up? A lot of interesting questions come up when you're talking about backwardation. So we're going to talk today about what it is. We're going to show you a couple examples. We're going to talk about, should you be panicking right now, or is panic going to come? I do think that silver will go a whole lot higher, and not just because of that, but we're going to talk about some of this and what's going on. And if you enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, and leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And with that being said, let's get started. Oh, and if you're not subscribed, do the ultimate for me. Help me out by hitting that subscribe button. We're trying to grow the channel. Okay, so right off the bat, everybody right now is talking about backwardation, and backwardation is a serious thing. So backwardation, in short, we're going to read a bunch of stuff and take a look at some different data, but this is a normal market right here. You got the gold price right now at $4,024. You got the futures price at $4,041. So the futures price on gold right now is higher than the current spot price. That basically means if you want your gold in the future, you're going to pay a little bit more of a premium. They're going to hold it for you, this and that, and you're going to pay more money to get it. But if you're willing to take your gold right now, you can actually have it for a little less. So that's not backwardation, though. Backwardation is the opposite of that. And to see that, we're going to take a look at the current silver spot price, which is $48.43 at the time of me filming this video last night at midnight. And the silver, so remember, $48.43 versus $48.25. Now, obviously, that means the futures price is cheaper than the current spot price. Now, if the current spot price is higher, there are going to be some people out there that obviously will sell the physical silver that they have right now. They will get rid of it at $48.43, and they'll turn around and buy a futures contract for $48.25. Now, some of y'all might be saying, okay, whoop-de-doo, you're talking 18 cents. That's not enough money to make it matter. Some of these people that are buying contracts in huge, huge amounts. And so it does add up. However, why is this happening? This is happening because there are parties out there right now that are willing to pay a premium to get their hands on silver right now for whatever reason. Now, I got asked earlier, well, does that mean we should be panicking? If people want silver now and they don't want it in 2 months from now or 3 months from now or a month from now or whatever, then obviously something big is going on. And that is true. Obviously, there are more people that want physical right now for whatever the reason, like I said. But on the flip side, we're not seeing it constant yet. So when I watched it yesterday throughout the day, I checked silver price multiple times. It was not always that gap. That wasn't always the case throughout the day. And as you can see right now, when we just looked it up, we're not that far off. 18 cents, I think we said. That can change fairly quickly. So it might be 18 cents now, then it might be 5 cents. Then it might be -2 cents, -5 cents, and then back up 5 cents. When it's happening like that, it means that it's pretty close to the people that are wanting the futures versus the people that are wanting the actual physical right now. In a normal market, like I said, your futures price is almost always going to be more. When this happens, some party out there is saying they want physical and they're willing to buy it. Now, it could be one big buyer that's trying to get his hands on as much physical as they can get, or it could be a bunch of medium-term players that are just trying to pick up physical. Now, what does this mean in terms of pricing? Obviously, when this happens, it means you will see larger premiums on physical silver because people want it right now. They don't want to wait for it. Now, are we seeing that at the coin shops? Are we seeing that out in the everyday world that I'm going to call us common people deal in? Personally, I'm talking to coin people, and they're telling me more people are selling right now, which is pretty interesting. More people are selling, and maybe they're selling because they realize, hey, the futures price, it's flipped. What is this? What's going on? And maybe some people are willing to take a chance and sell and think, oh, hey, it's going to be cheaper in the future, so I'll just sell it today and buy later. Those of us that have been stacking for a while really have a firm belief. I believe the majority of the people that follow my channel don't believe it's going down anytime soon. I actually picked up a bunch of stuff yesterday. Someone sold a collection. It was pretty crazy. I actually had I show a lot of my stuff on Discord. So if you're on Discord, if you're on any Discord platform, it's super easy. You can make up an alias name, set up a Discord account, and join the Discord right now for free. I put the link below, so if you want to click on it and go check it out. But I actually had gotten a bunch of silver dimes. The guy basically told me, hey, if you're taking them all, I'll give them to you for $3 a piece. It's cheaper than spot. So I got a really good deal. I asked him why. He said, I'm having more people selling, and I'm just going to have to ship it off, get it melted down. It means nothing to me. And me being me, came home after I got all that, put every single piece that I had on a Sigma. Silver dimes. I actually seen my first silver dime probably about 3 months ago, I think. That was fake. My first fake silver dime. I guess it came from Temu. I hear Temu has a bunch of fakes right now. That's the big thing now on Temu. A lot of fake silver. And I had one dime, at least at quick glance, that was fake. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not a dime. What is that? And United States of America, I, Roman numeral I, about the size of a dime. I guess it was a 3-cent nickel. I've never even heard of that in my life, a 3-cent nickel. And I've heard of some crazy coins like the half dime, but a 3-cent nickel. And I'm like, well, it looks like silver. Turns out it's 75% copper, 75% nickel, 25% copper. So it's pretty cool. Little excitement there. I was debating at first. I was like, did I get burned? Did I waste $3 on this and it's not even silver? But then when I found out 1881, Civil War era, I said, it's probably worth $3. And then a buddy of mine, one of the members of the channel, is like, yeah, it's worth like $20. So pretty cool there. Back to backwardation. So there are a lot of people right now that are frantically trying to get silver. We don't know why. We don't know what's going on, but we know what's happening. Is it means to panic? When it is constant backwardation, nonstop throughout a day, throughout a week, I personally will start to panic. But here's the thing. I don't plan on selling. I'm not going to sell and hope that it's going to go down by a quarter in a month from now. It's not how a lot of us do it. Now, if there was maybe a bigger gap, the price was higher, something like that, then maybe I would. I had someone ask me the other day, they're like, I thought you said since your dollar cost average was so low that once it got up to like $50, you were going to sell half your stack and take all the money that you ever spent on silver back out, and then you would just keep the other half of the stack as your profit, and you just hang on to it. So I have since changed my opinion on that. Why? Because the markets just seem totally like out of whack. Like they're going to go wild pretty soon. And so that's why I'm not selling right now. Now, someone asked me, well, I thought you just sold a coin so-and-so. So I do trade coins and sell off some coins. If someone says, oh, I really need that, or whatever the case may be, we're talking a small, we're talking 1 or 2 coins, maybe do a new stacker or something like that, then yeah, I do sell some stuff and trade some stuff. But as a whole, I'm not giving up my position. So, real quick, I want to read some of this AI stuff to you so it gives us something to talk about and something for you to think about. In the silver market, backwardation is a market condition where the spot price, the price for immediate delivery, is higher than the futures price, like we demonstrated between the gold, where you see that normal market, and then the silver, where you don't see it. You see the backwardation. This typically signals tight physical supply and strong immediate demand for silver, as buyers are willing to pay premiums to acquire it now rather than waiting for a future delivery. Now, some people out there will try to promote fear and say, well, the reason they don't want future delivery is because we're going to find out in the future there ain't no silver. That is a serious problem. I say they promote fear, but it does promote people buying. And ultimately, even if this was not happening right now, I still think we're going to still see silver continue to rise higher and higher. Causes for backwardation in silver: physical supply constraints, reduced silver inventories in exchange vaults and physical warehouses can create a shortage, making immediate delivery more valuable. So what that's saying is we've seen reduced silver inventories. Why? Like I've said, if you open up a Nike store and you're giving your Nikes for half price, you're manipulating the system and saying that they're worth less than they are. What is going to happen? Everybody is going to go to your store. They're going to buy your Nikes up at half price. And it doesn't have to be Nikes. It can be anything. In this case, they've been manipulating silver lower and lower and lower. And it's starting to catch up with them. That's why we're seeing people willing to pay to get the silver now, because they know what's coming. They understand it. That's why we, as stackers, have been willing to pay these higher premiums that we've been seeing to get silver now. I've been looking more for local deals lately because you can find local deals. Pawn shops, people bring in their silver. They can't sell it. They're willing to maybe, they don't want to sit on that, have it sitting in the shelf in the display case forever. They're not silver stackers. And when too many people, even some of the big dealers, are getting a lot of silver coming in, they're stuck. They've got to find a way to get some of that money back so they can keep the game going. I talked to one person the other day. He told me, he said, look, I'm just trying to buy as much as I can, make a small percentage, 3-4%, and then just roll it and keep rolling it over. He goes, so obviously if I can make 4%, the quicker I can get it out, sell it, the better. Example, if he's got to mail it, he's going to have to wait for them to check it. He's going to have to wait for them to get it. He's going to have to wait to get his check in the mail. All this stuff takes time. He is trying to hurry up and turn it over as quick as he can. And so there lies a lot of opportunity for people like us to go and try to get some of this stuff. And here's the thing, it's not just him. A lot of people out there are trying to sell silver. Some people will send it in if they got time, but some people realize I can hurry up and turn it over right now. Jewelry shops, coin shops, they want your money. You have the opportunity to go in and maybe press a little bit if you're willing to put a little bit of a bigger purchase in. By bigger purchase, I mean everybody's going to be different, but if you're willing to spend $500 or $1,000, that's why I've said from the get-go, start building up a community group, a group of people where you can kind of manipulate the game a little bit. If you've got a group of 10 people that are all willing to put in $500, I mean, that's $5,000. That's a big purchase. A small coin shop, a jewelry shop, they would love to get that purchase. And it gives you opportunity, and it gives them opportunity too. Increased demand. A surge in demand for physical silver, especially from industrial users or those seeking safe haven assets, can outstrip available silver. We've been seeing the COMEX slowly running down on the silver supply. That's a prime example of what's going on. Now, It may be COMEX running down because people are looking for safe haven assets because they're scared what's going on in the markets. They're scared that the dollar is losing value too fast. Or it could be just jewelry companies and different industrial companies need silver. Maybe they're even buying the silver because they think it's going to go higher and they would rather buy it now. You think about it, if you're a battery company and you're making some kind of silver battery, or you're a solar company, you want to get your silver now and get it as cheap as you can. Market stress and anxiety. During periods of uncertainty, investors' anxiety, a lack of confidence in future availability, can drive up immediate demand. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that are getting nervous as they promote more and more videos that actually talk about what's going on, how we're pulling 7 ounces out of the ground for every 1 ounce of gold, but yet the price is 82, 83 to 1. People are starting to catch on. But you kind of have a good opportunity right now, because where is everybody's attention? Let's be honest. The majority of the stacking community, a lot of them are going for gold. I talk to people on a regular basis now. They're telling me, I'd rather have gold than silver. Yes, I understand silver did 5% more over the last year than gold, but gold just feels better. They don't want to deal with little things like little silver dimes or silver quarters. I talk to some people, they don't even want junk silver anymore, because they tell me, they're like, dude, I can't see paying almost $4 for a silver dime, or $8 or whatever it is for a silver quarter. So once you start realizing that, you understand maybe there's opportunity there for you to pick up junk silver or constitutional silver at a good deal. Like I said, I picked up a bunch of silver dimes yesterday. Great deal, great opportunities. There's some $half in there. I'll be honest, when he first told me how much he had to get for a $half, I was like, darn, dude, that's expensive. He goes, you think I'm going to give them to you for $10, dude? What's wrong with you? And I was like, well, I don't know. My phone's off right now. The phone battery was out. And I was like, I don't really know what it is right now. And then he's like, well, let me spell it out for you. I was like, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to pay more than that. And I kind of knew, but it took a little bit to register. I was like, man, I keep forgetting. I mean, the junk silver or the constitutional silver price is rising so quick right now, it's hard to keep up with it. It really is. Continuing on, short squeeze potential. High number of short sellers trying to exit their positions can lead to price rallies. So, contributing to backwardation. So, we've talked about the short squeeze before, and we've seen this happen in GameStop. And a lot of people said, well, keep in mind, GameStop ain't the silver market. The silver market is a whole lot bigger than GameStop. And that's absolutely true. It is. We talked about it. But here's the thing. That just means when it rips higher and it rips through the short position, it's going to cause a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot of people left holding the bag, thinking they hold or they have a contract to silver, and then all of a sudden they just can't get it. There are some people out there right now, that's why they're willing to pay the higher price for silver now, because they're starting to think, hey, by the time my futures contract rolls around, I may not have anything. Now, maybe this will blow over. We'll see the price of silver go up, and we'll see more mines open up and start mining more silver. The problem is a lot of the low-hanging fruit, the easy Comstocks of the world, have been depleted. Now, it costs more money to mine it for fuel, labor. Costs more in labor. The supply has dwindled to a certain. It's not as easy to pull out. You're not seeing huge chunks of silver, big old veins, just pumping out millions and millions of ounces. Is there still silver in the ground? Absolutely. Have we found any big? Some people are saying, well, it's just a matter of time before they find another Comstock. Maybe you'll even hear a story in the news about how they just found another largest silver deposit in the world that's just going to bring silver back down to $5 an ounce and flood the market. Get out while you can. These are all things I believe set up to panic people that have silver. I'm not worried about it. My ounces don't change. And if you're collecting silver coins in the form of junk silver or constitutional silver, kind of like I picked up yesterday, there was a bunch of Roosevelt dimes that were pretty cool, a whole bunch of Mercury dimes, which I love, even seated Liberty, I think they call them. And then there was even some Barbara dimes, which was pretty cool. I was like, wow, that's almost a 200-year-old dime. That's pretty cool. So even if the price of silver comes down, is that Barbara dime really going to be worth less than $3? I doubt it. I doubt it. So that's why I'm not worried about what happens to silver. And depending on what you're buying, you shouldn't be either, in my personal opinion. Now, this is not financial advice, just my opinion. I certainly don't want you thinking that buying silver dimes, silver half dollars, collecting coins is a collectible thing. Because I do want to do a video about collectibles, because I had a great comment earlier today, or yesterday I should say, that asked me about what I think about, a person, I guess him and his friend, one of them decided they were both doing collectibles like Pokemon and stuff, and one of them decided to stack physical silver, and the other one didn't. And the other one thinks no matter what, hey, collectibles will keep going higher and higher. Collectibles only go higher when there's a lot of money floating around. The more money's floating around, yeah, we see collectibles go higher. But here's the thing. Living expenses go higher. And when it costs more to survive, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy collectibles when you trying just to make ends meet? No. And so more people will move away. Thing is, governments, industrial demand, industrial companies are buying silver. Governments are buying gold, silver. Look at what just happened. The U.S. is considering putting silver on its strategic stockpile reserve list. These are things that are going to push silver even higher. Somebody asked me yesterday, do I think silver is going to keep going up this year? Do I think we could see $70, $80 this year? I mean, I'll be honest with you, and I don't talk about this too much, but look, silver's up 65% right now. Even if it doesn't go any higher, I don't care. I'm happy with my returns this year. If silver sits at $50 or under $50 until the end of the year, I'm going to be happy. Why? Because I can keep acquiring more. And because it's so high, people will start to panic and they'll sell even their collectibles, they'll sell. And that's how that collection came out. I mean, a 200-year-old dime, people are willing to sell it because they're looking at the prices and they're like, what the heck? It can't keep going up. Yes, it can. We've said that before. Silver can go as high as the dollar can go low. And people said this in Venezuela beforehand. Silver can go as high as the bolivar can go low. What happened? They shaved, 8 zeros off of it over the course of an 8-year period. Granted, it was 3 one time, and then 5-6 years later, they took off 5 zeros. So, I mean, the currency pretty much got destroyed. And that's what happened in Venezuela, and that's what happens in every country that uses fiat. You have an opportunity now to pick up silver. And I believe the silver will put you in a good position later. And I've been saying that for years. I mean, are there other? Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been saying it for years. In fact, I remember, and it's funny because a lot of the big people that I started watching when I first learned about it, I don't see any of these guys anymore. I don't know whatever happened to them. I don't know if they just eventually got tired of saying it and it never happened and they got frustrated. There's a couple that I still hear from, but not all of them. And here's the thing. Now we're seeing it happen. So what this means for the silver market, backwardation shows that buyers are desperate to acquire silver right now. Why are they desperate? I think they're desperate because they realize there's a huge short position. There's a whole lot of paper contracts out there, and we could see the gold-silver ratio just plunge instantly. And by instantly, I mean over a 1-month time period. So who knows? We'll see. I've seen it as high as 125 to 1. And yes, I still picked up some gold at that time, which I probably shouldn't have, but I did, and I'm not complaining. I mean, anything that you bought, gold or silver, has done very well. It would have been nice to have done even better, but it is what it is. Holder premium. Investors who possess physical silver may receive a premium for their immediate availability. Remember what happened when silver hit $50 last time? We had premiums on eagles that were like 60%. A silver eagle, the silver was $50, but yet they were selling them for $80. Why? People wanted physical. People were scared. And here's the thing, government shut down now. A lot of people are panicking now. Opportunity is dwindling. A signal of shortages, or shortage, a signal of a shortage. The condition can serve as an indicator of a current or developing silver shortage. Well, we know that's the case. We've been seeing the deficit of silver go down. They mine this much silver, but yet we're burning up double that. And that's going to continue. Implications for traders. Traders can profit from backwardation by selling high spot price today and buying a lower futures price. So they're buying a contract to get their silver in the future, but they're selling their physical now. Although this requires careful management of contracts, well, here's another thing that it requires. Of an understanding that there's a possibility that when the future comes around, you may not get your silver. And if you don't get your silver, you could be seriously up, well, I'll just say it, shit creek without a paddle. Now, will it be the end of the world? I always tell people, when people ask me, they're like, am I in trouble if I don't have any silver? I've heard that many times. Do I think it's going to be the end of the world for you? No, I don't. Because here's the thing. There are people in the world today that don't have any money. They're broke. Not a penny to their name. Is it the end of the world for them? No. I mean, usually they can figure something out. They just got to work a little harder. I don't want to work my butt off when a bag of rice is, a couple $100. It's nice to know that you're holding something. As prices are going up on everything we buy, steaks, food, produce, whatever, it's nice to know that my silver collection is going up a little bit too. And that's important that you realize that, because it means you don't feel the pain quite as bad as the guy that didn't have silver. And they might say, oh, but I got dollars. I mean, I can still buy my steak. You can. But you take someone that was buying silver at the beginning of the year. I mean, I distinctly remember buying steak at the beginning of the year. Now, keep in mind, I'm in Texas. Steak has been cheaper in Texas, especially if you buy what's called value beef. That is a cow that was raised in Texas, and so there's less requirements, and they bring it over. It's less checks and this and that. However, it's still really good steak. In fact, if you get a good cut one, you can get really nice ribeyes with really good fat marbling. Needless to say, I was buying them at $6 a pound. And I was buying silver at, like $25 a pound, $30 a pound. I'm sorry, let me reword that. I was buying silver at $30 an ounce. Well, now silver's $50 an ounce, and those same steaks are running $9, $10. But it all is in relation. So once you understand that, yeah, everything's going up, but your silver's going up too, your gold's going up too. And when panic sets in, I do believe you will see silver far outpace food prices and other prices. Why? Because people have, essentially, there's just too much money in the system. And when that money starts chasing silver that everybody thought was there, and then they realize, oh, shoot, where's all the silver? Then we're going to learn the hard way. And they think there's a lot of silver, and that's why there is an 82, 83 to 1 ratio right now. But once they realize there's not as much silver, because Albert had 10,000 ounces and loaned it to somebody else, to Barry. Barry took the 10,000 ounces and loaned it to, I don't know, Cindy. Cindy took the 10,000 ounces and loaned it over to Dan. Well, now it's looking like there's 40,000 ounces in the system when there's only 10,000 still. And here's the thing. It's not 4-to-1 in the system. In fact, when you go to the debt clock, you will see it's like 370 to 1. U.S. debt clock. Let's pull it up real quick and we'll take a look what it is right now. This is the U.S. debt clock. You can pull this up on Google. It's super easy to find. You look at it. It has the debt. It has all the different information that pertains to what's going on in the world, financially, economics. And you come down here, paper to silver ratio, 360 paper ounces for every 1 physical ounce. What do you think's going to happen when everybody wants their silver? When the silver price goes up, there's probably a lot of people out there that think they have silver now, and they're trying to claim delivery because they're like, well, the futures price is low, and I can buy a futures contract, and I'll just take delivery of this over here, and then all of a sudden they can't get their delivery. What do you think is going to happen? Price is going to go higher. We've said this time and time again. And the old question that has always came up on my videos, why wouldn't, how do they word it? Let me think here. Why would anybody want to pay $50 an ounce for silver? No one's going to pay that price when it gets to 50. People are paying it left and right now. They just want physical. And when it goes to 70, 100, people are still going to pay it because they're going to want physical. You can't make a solar panel without silver. And whatever else we use silver on, you can't make it without silver. Silver price is going to continue to climb. And a lot of people are just going to get left behind. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I thank everybody for watching. I hope you all had a great have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Super late. We're looking at 12:30. Actually, it's a little early for me, but I've been going to bed earlier and earlier now that it's starting to cool off. So pretty exciting. With that being said, hit that thumbs up button for me. Leave a comment. Check out some of these other great videos. I post videos every Monday through Friday. If we can get the views up on these ones, then I will probably start going back to doing weekend videos, at least Saturday videos, and then maybe even Saturday and Sunday videos. So share the video with your friend if you enjoyed it. We're trying to boost up subscribers, boost up views, and then we'll start ramping up our videos again. I used to do them 7 days a week, plus shorts in the evening. I've slowed down a little bit. Views slowed down, but now with silver price rising, I think more people are going to start getting into it, and they're trying to understand right now why. Why are people buying collectibles for $50 an ounce? It's not collectibles. It's a safe haven asset. We're seeing it climb, and we're going to keep seeing it climb, in my personal opinion. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe. Special thank you goes out to all of our members. Be sure to check out that Discord. The link is below. It is free to join right now. A lot of good information on there, whether you're into prepping, homesteading, silver, gold, coin collecting, trading. It's all in there. Even cryptos. We even got a room for cryptos. So super easy to use. And take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.